Welcome back. Today, I'm going to talk about historic investment deals and your exit strategy. Welcome back. Here it is. I have used this blueprint, and my title to this video is how to scale your real estate portfolio quickly and efficiently and decrease your retirement freedom time. It's just absolutely amazing. I have used this blueprint in my investing career spanning more than 2 decades. Back in 2004, I started buying in these boom towns in Las Vegas when prices were very, very cheap. Las Vegas, Boise, Phoenix, not only myself, of course, and my hundreds of my students and investors and coaching clients, investors that follow my path, because that's how I do it. From a high level, I look at the specific markets, the emerging markets, how to enter before the whole mainstream media finds out about it. And we did very well. The result, especially when you invest for a long term, you buy at the beginning of the boom. Back in the early 2000s, if some of you remember, these are the great hot markets at that time, little boom towns. And these are Sun Belt markets. Most of them are in Sun Belt market. Then after the housing crash of 2008, 2009, then another amazing time to buy real estate, 2013 to 2019, that 10-year time frame when prices were amazingly cheap, because right after the downturn. There's so many deals to be had, and the interest rate were like 4.5 to 5%. Yes, mortgage rate were that low at that time. So at that time, myself and my students, hundreds of them, even thousands, I lost count. They follow my lead. They follow the path of growth. They took action based on my foresight. We over that decade span, back in the 2010s, during this time period, we purchased some amazing new deals. Most of them are new construction. We don't really do those rehab and all this kind of stuff. We don't buy in the old properties. We buy new constructions from the builders at a very low cost. At that time, at the beginning of the boom, in Austin, Houston, Dallas, Raleigh, Charlotte, Atlanta, just to name a few. Look, live where you want to live, invest where the numbers make sense. All right, so keep that in mind. And then right before the pandemic, I tell my investors, got to get in early, because the Federal Reserve is going to lower the rate to a historical 3 to 4% mortgage rate. Remember back in March of 2020, for those of the courageous investors who follow my lead, you guys bought in Florida, in Austin, Texas, even in the Midwest. And many of you follow my lead, and with an amazing low mortgage rate, bidding wars, multiple offers during the pandemic, and amazing equity appreciation, amazing deals. And so that leads me to the current scenario. And of course, so what can I say? It's just what an amazing journey. So my blueprint, once again, is to get into a market, get into a low-cost market, and early on, look at the fundamentals, look at the path of growth, job growth, population growth, low affordability, low entry-level points, and you can cash flow. You can find the rent-to-value ratio that really makes sense at that time, before the rest of the nation, before the rest of the mass media finds out about it later on, and that will open the floodgate. Get in early, get in often, and then you're going to have a great exit strategy, which I will share with you during the latter part of this short presentation, hopefully a short presentation. So here are the criteria. I'm not going to dive too deep. You just pause the screen if you wish. This is the criteria that I have used over several decades. By the way, all the properties that I purchased, I cash out. I did a 1031. I did flips back in over the past 20 years that allow me to travel, me and my wife and my children at that time, they were young, to more than 50 countries. I went to cruises. Literally, let me disclose this. I've been traveling full time, vacationing, cruising cruise ships full-time to more than 50 to 60 countries. I lost count. And currently, as I run my real estate consulting business, I do it part-time. I work smart. You have to work smart. I work hard as well, but I work very smart. I work remotely, and I could live anywhere in the world if I want to, and continue to do my business for the past 20 years, even longer for that matter. Enough about myself. Let's go on. I'm here to help you. Here are the metrics. Emerging boom times, path to growth. You get in first. Buying commuter rural towns, build an underserved America. Towns of this population, 1 hour away from major metros, mostly South and Southeast, some in the Midwest. You buy at the home prices below the 50% national median prices, around 150, 200, 300K. Again, this is the fundamental you have to analyze. Job and population growth, right? Shortage of homes, Sun Belt, some colleges and universities in an area close to military installation, not critical criteria. By the way, real quick, I've served in active duty 20 years, retired back in more than 20 years ago. Anyway, and since then, I opened up my real estate consulting business right after retiring in 2002. 20 years full-time active duty U.S. Army, where I was stationed in many areas of the country and overseas. And by the way, I house hack multiple times over my lifetime. Some of you don't know what house hack means, but I'm not going to go over that right now. But I was a professional house hacker even before the name was a mainstream name, today's real estate investing strategy. And at that time, I did not know about it. I started house hacking more than 30 years ago. I bought my first primary home more than 30 years ago in the San Francisco Bay Area. And since then, I've house hacked a number of primary homes over the years, mainly in California. Now, the massive appreciation and equity growth in California as we speak, San Francisco Bay Area. And I still live here, although I have many vacation homes throughout the country and overseas, actually. And also, major employers moving into town, major manufacturing plants, high-tech hub, data centers bringing thousands of jobs into this rural excerpt by new construction, good rental markets, the whole 9 yards. Again, you gotta pull the trigger. Don't you procrastinate. You snooze, you will lose. Do not snooze. You gotta pull the trigger. Buy at the beginning of the curve, beginning of the development is the key before home prices will skyrocket the following few years. That is my prediction. I don't have a crystal ball, but I have a past experience to feel very confident about. So the market, I'm sharing with you, look, this day and age is very difficult to find appreciation market. It's very difficult to find cash flow. We all know about it because during the pandemic, in the past few years, home prices have skyrocketed due to the historical low mortgage interest rate. But now the mortgage rate is at a very elevated level, and housing prices have gone through the roof in the past few years. And a lot of people, the majority of Americans right now cannot afford to buy a primary home. The affordability crisis we have in the nation have not seen anything like it in the past 30 years. Unless you've been sleeping under a rock, we are facing a renter's nation. What does that mean, renter nation? There are more renters now. There are more renters now than ever before in the history of America. What does it mean? It means you, as a landlord, you can buy these kind of properties, get your property rented. You can get the highest quality tenants because so many people cannot afford to buy a house. They are relegated to renting. That's what I'm talking about. North Texas, you can make the argument, this is the only emerging fast growth market that have the potential for historic appreciation. Nowhere else in the country that I've seen that I'm aware of that can achieve this type of metrics. I could be wrong. Try to contest me on that. Try to debate me on that debate. And you're gonna be wrong. You're gonna be wrong. North Texas, these small little boom towns. Okay, go over the data yourself. Sherman, Denison, Greenville, and Bonham, and a few other small towns within this area. North Texas, that's all you need to know. And when I say historic appreciation, I'm not kidding. You look at the metrics, you look at the numbers. Median home price, look at in the low 300K, in the high 200K. This is mind-boggling. Collin County, Hunt County, and Grayson County, just to name a few. Do your due diligence, do your research, try to validate what I'm trying to say. This is not hype. This is not get rich quick scheme. This is get rich quick scheme in 10 years. Yes, 10 years get rich quick scheme. If you call 10 years is quick, 10 years is pretty quick, actually. Think about 10 years ago. Time flies. Might as well pull the trigger and buy in the right market. You can create generational wealth. Let me continue. Why North Texas doing well? Because you have some amazing high-tech companies moving into North Texas. I'm not going to go over all the details. You can pause the slideshow and digest the words in each of my slideshows. Semiconductor plant is moving in. This is Texas Instrument. A few other high-tech companies, they are building tens of thousands of jobs in a small little dinky a town of 40,000 people. You have 10,000 high-tech, high-paying jobs moving in, and all the support staff, all the other jobs, all the other companies moving into North Texas for the foreseeable future. This is just the beginning of the growth. There's a housing shortage. The builders couldn't keep up. There's a housing shortage, and there's a shortage of housing to rent. There's a shortage of housing to buy. The builders simply could not keep up. The fundamentals 101. When demand are greater than supply, it would put upward pressure on homes, on home prices. That is so basic economics 101. You've been taught at grade school back in 6th grade. You should have been taught, probably not. I'm not going over all the details. Texas housing shortage, massive population growth, job growth for years and years to come. Especially in North Texas, all these metrics, all this number, it's just, I'm not going to spend time because I don't want to make this video too long. Here are all the metrics. This county, the 8 counties in Texas growing by leaps and bounds, and the rent are very strong. People need to rent as they migrate into the area from all over the country. People are not just migrating from Texas into this North Texas boom towns, multiple boom towns. People are migrating from California, even from Florida, from Chicago, from New York City, are coming into North Texas because jobs, high tech, low tech, all kind of tech, all kind of companies, not just high tech. It's just massive growth. Here are some of those samples. These are off-market deals that our company, our network, because we have an economy of scale, we have a volume of investors within our network, in which you could be part of it, by the way. All you gotta do is put your email into my database on my website, so you can become a free member. So you can receive newsletters inside my website. So you can have access to this off-market, amazing new construction deals. We gain some discount from the new construction homes, and you get some builder incentive, which I will share that with you. New low pricings. Look at this amazing high quality homes. You can't get any better than that. By new construction, high quality tenants, very low maintenance costs, the whole 9 yards. Great cookie cutter homes, brand new, high quality. It's just the best neighborhoods, Class A, Class B plus neighborhoods all over Texas. We work with national builders and local builders exclusively. If you are not part of a network, you can not have access to these deals because they are off market. They are within our real estate investment network. This is just a sample of homes that, of course, you get the builder incentive, which is mind-boggling in light of the current elevated mortgage rate. As an investor, you have the opportunity to buy these new constructions. They are being sold very quickly. Needless to say, you put 20 to 25% down payment. You use our preferred lender, you get a 5.75% 30-year fixed rate mortgage. The builder can incentivize everything. It will buy down the rate for you. And amazing cash flow. I'm not going to talk about the cash on cash return, which is 7%, very high. And our seller, our turnkey provider, took the liberty of creating a 3-year exit strategy, 5-year exit strategy. Run through the numbers. I know the numbers are hard to see. These are the projections. They are just projections, but we have a very realistic and confidence level that the next few years, once you buy 1, 2, or 3 properties, given your capital resources you have available, your exit strategy is absolutely amazing. Very high cash flow, even from day one, even the first year, because the rent is high relative to this low price point. You got some builder incentive, buy the rates down for you, so you can cash flow even more first year, free property management, and the whole 9 yards. And we create a projection for 3 years exit strategy. You're asking, what the heck is a 3-year exit strategy? Hold that thought. Stay tuned until the remaining part of this video. Again, just absolutely amazing, incredible builder incentive, 5.75% fixed rate loan, $2,000 in closing costs. If you use our preferred lender, they will give you this kind of amazing loan program. Otherwise, as an investor, you're paying 7.5% interest rate if you buy on your own. So, and again, we took the liberty, our partner on the ground in North Texas, and the property management and our seller, we deliberately create this 2 to 6 year whole strategy, this exit strategy where you buy 1, 2, or 3 properties, given your dry powder capacity. You buy the property right now, you hold it for 2 to 6 years. Oh, by the way, this kind of portfolio you can scale is long-term. You can hold it forever. You can hold it for 30, 40, 50 years, create generational wealth because you're buying a new construction that will last you for a long time with very little maintenance. Having said that, some of you may not want to hold for 30, 40, 50 years. You might want to hold for 2 to 6 years to take advantage of this skyrocketing, potentially historic appreciation. When you buy this kind of property, hold it for 2 to 6 years, then you sell the property and do a 1031 tax-deferred exchange to buy more rental property and repeat the process. I'm not going to spend time to talk about 1031 tax-deferred exchange. You have plenty of other videos. The key is look at the high level. This is how you scale. It's very rare, especially these days. It's very hard to find appreciation markets anymore. We've been hearing, the market is the housing market is really stabilizing, very hard to cash flow, very hard to find good deals. We get it. But not in our case, not in this particular market. Whenever you have a chance to achieve equity growth, in order to do cash out refinance your property to scale into more property, you need to have a proper loan to value ratio, the LTV. Your appreciation potential in the next 2 to 6 years, based on our projection to the next 2 to 6 years, the previous slideshow you saw, you need to have a high single-digit annual appreciation or even a double-digit appreciation in the next 2 to 6 years. That's all you need. I'm not telling you should get a high single-digit or double-digit appreciation for the next 10 to 15 years. That's unrealistic. That is not sustainable. The next 2 to 6 years is critical. You got to create the urgency to pull the trigger now, so you could take advantage of all the growth that's coming in this particular marketplace. That's how you scale. Look at this. It's like playing Monopoly. Look at this. That's how you scale through the power of tax-free cash out refinance, tax-free 1031 tax-deferred exchange. But you cannot do any of it until and unless you buy the property today before it's too late. So the only money is coming out of pocket for you is your down payment. But the rest is you just leverage off that potential equity doing cash out refi and 1031. Do you understand? Oh my goodness. You using the power of a 30-year fixed rate mortgage with the rate paid down by the incentivized by the builder. What can you ask for? Look at this formula. This is like a scientific Albert Einstein School of Real Estate Investing. I just thought of this term. You buy 1 or 2 or 3 property with your own money, then over time, you don't have to cash out refi in 2 to 6 years or do a 1031 in 2 to 6 years. as we alluded to on this video, but you can wait, invest over time, take advantage of the cash flow of increasing rent, increasing cash flow, increasing appreciation over time. You can keep your property forever. Who knows? Everybody's situation is different, but look at the potential. There's no limitation. It's all about your mindset. Build your empire mindset. If you want to build a real estate empire, you have to think like an emperor. So build your mindset. You can scale to 1 property to 10 to 100. I know to get 100, you need like 10, 15, 20 years of investment horizon. It's something you can do that, right? There's no limitation. So your mindset is your only obstacles. It's just, you don't have to buy that many property. This kind of high quality properties, all you need is buy 3, 4, 5 properties for most of you, and you'll be happy. And you can hold this property forever and make the equity growth and create your wealth. So some of you are really motivated. You could buy way more than 10 over time. You got to do it. You gotta be strategic about it. You need to have good cash reserve for each property you hold. You got to run the numbers. You got to manage your money correctly. Don't over leverage. Make sure you have the whole 9 yards. You got to have in order to build this financial empire, you got to put your money ducks in order. You need emergency funds. You need cash reserve. You need to do it systematically, strategically, in a way that I'm showing you. You need to have a vision. You need to have a discipline. You have to think big. It's that mindset. And regardless of how many properties you buy, this is absolutely mind-boggling. No matter how large is your real estate portfolio, all you need to spend 1 to 2 hours per month. No, I did not stutter. Per month, 1 to 2 hours in managing your vast real estate portfolio. It doesn't matter how many rentals you have. I've done it, and hundreds of my students have done it. This blueprint works. You got to have a plan. You got to have commitment and dedication and focus and do the work, and don't be lazy and commit to your goals. How you can do that? Of course, you hire yourself a professional property manager. Not only that, you need to create a team, a network in whatever market you're buying, whatever neighborhood you're buying. You need to find a very credible professional property manager and all the inner circle, the support circle, and the service circle that will help you grow your portfolio. They will do it for you so you can focus. You don't trade time for dollar. You're not going to self-manage. That's the key. That's why I'm able to travel full time, to go on luxury cruises and vacations throughout the U.S. and overseas, because I delegate my real estate portfolio to our property managers. So therefore, it doesn't matter where you live. You can buy long distance, you can buy remote, far away. It doesn't matter where you live. You can create this type of strategies, this type of real estate portfolio. So this is the track record which I have created over decades. I'm a real estate guru, not the fake real estate guru you see out there in the YouTube world, in Instagram, in the social media, or just get rich quick scheme strategies of those fake gurus out there who can talk a good game, or those professional used car salesmen out there turning real estate gurus. Warren Buffett said, be fearful when others are greedy, and be greedy when others are fearful. You need to be greedy, because there's a lot of fearful people out there who are sitting on the sidelines waiting for the perfect time to invest. It's their loss, not yours. Here are my contact information. Reach out to me if you wish. Otherwise, put your email into the body of the description on my website, the Year Real Estate Network, under the newsletter database, and you can become a free member of our organization. So you can, every morning in your email inbox, you will receive free real estate investment information, free content, free education about all aspects of real estate investing. And of course, if you see any kind of value whatsoever from this video, please like and subscribe to my YouTube channel and comment below as well. And with that in mind, thank you for watching, and I will see you on the next video shortly. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.